morning, everybody. I can't believe I'm having to talk about this issue because I thought this had been long since debunked, or at the very least, you know, been an issue that people don't even talk about anymore because it had been resolved in the minds of most people. All right. About 7 months ago, back in February, when the invasion of Ukraine by Russia happened, we started seeing gas prices going up to over $4 a gallon and sometimes over $5 a gallon in a lot of places in the United States. And, Alaska and Hawaii, because Alaska and Hawaii are not part of the 48 contiguous United States, meaning that obviously they don't share the same land mass. Okay, so people are going to say, oh, Biden, they're going to put their stickers on the gas pumps that say, I did that. No, the president is not responsible for gas prices. Notice how they're much higher around the world. Notice how they're a lot higher around the rest of the world. You think he did that too? Let me start by saying this. The party who is owned by big oil, that's the Republican Party. The Koch brothers, OPEC, big oil. Yeah, they own the Republican Party. So for any of you to even think that Democrats or Biden somehow benefits from gas prices going up, or somehow they control gas prices going up, something that does not favor them at all in any way. And that was probably a huge reason why Biden's poll numbers were dropping for several months, is gas prices. Biden's got nothing to do with that. And here's why. Okay. What happened 2.5 years ago that we all, regardless of our geographical position in the world, have gone through? The pandemic. That thing that's killed, millions and millions and is still ravaging the planet because, there's all these variations of it, all these variants of it now that we're still having to get vaccinated against. My point is this: demand was low for gas. As a consequence, what does low demand do? This is stock market 101. When demand is low, prices drop. That's why gas prices were so low in 2020. If you look at April 2020 gas prices, they were about $1.50 a gallon, maybe just a tiny bit less in very isolated parts of the USA. They were probably still high in a lot of other parts of the world, though, comparatively speaking. And remember how Trump and his people were trying to take credit for that? They're still trying to take credit for that now. Republicans are like, remember when gas was $2 a gallon under Trump? I know what the implication is. You're trying to imply Trump had something that he did not. Because the president does not control gas prices. It doesn't matter if it's Trump, doesn't matter if it's Biden, doesn't matter if it's a Republican or Democratic president, even though Biden is technically a moderate Republican. So with the low demand of gas prices in 2020 and part of 2021, OPEC and the Koch brothers, of course, I'm sure, probably thought they were losing a lot of money since gas prices were so low, since demand was so low. So what do? Like the pieces of shit that they are, they reduce production. Because at that point, that's the only thing they can do to drive prices back up. So they make money. Because if they got anything less than 20 figures in the bank, they're all of a sudden thinking they're about to go broke and be poor. So unfortunately, that's the state of things. And of course, I'm sure the invasion of Ukraine did nothing to help the fact that gas prices were going up so much here. Just remember, bear in mind, gas is, even if accounting for inflation, a lot higher overseas and in a lot of other countries. In places like the Middle East, gas prices are frozen. You know why? Because for them, it's a national security issue. So they have to pay very little for gas in the Middle East. Then, of course, some of you out there are, of course, going to try the argument of, oh, well, why did the White House try to take credit for lower gas prices a few months ago? Aha, I got you now. I got you now, you son of a bitch. No, you don't. They shouldn't have said that they were trying to take credit for lower gas. They shouldn't have tried to take credit for lower gas prices. Because again, the president has nothing, I repeat, nothing to do with gas prices. So when the White House says that they're responsible for that, they shouldn't have, because that's a lie. I think there is a reason for them doing that, though. You know how all of you who love watching Fox News so much, remember what Tucker Carlson, Laura Ingraham, and Sean Hannity were saying? Tucker was like, oh, Biden is responsible for making these gas prices go up. You should vote Republican. With his little bow tie spinning around. Ooh, you spin me right round, baby. You know how to spin a story into complete bullshit, Tucker. So, the reason the White House said or tried to take credit for lower gas prices is because you people on the right believed that narrative in the first place. Fox told you, you bought it hook, line, and sinker. I shouldn't be surprised, though. You people who watch Fox, you clearly cannot think for yourselves. And that's not intended necessarily to be an insult. That's me trying to get you to think outside the box. The box being Fox. So I guess I'm trying to get you to think outside the fox. They outfoxed you, right-wingers. Since, big oil basically owns Trump and the Republican Party for the most part, you're really not going to like what happens if Republicans get control of shit all over again. I know we're going to lose the House probably in November, and, that's an unfortunate matter because with Republicans controlling the House, there's also the possibility that Social Security will be on the line. It's funny, a lot of you people also believe that Democrats are going to cut Social Security. No, it's Republicans. These days, Republicans do not care about that kind of thing. They don't care about economic prosperity. Guys, things like inflation, supply chain issues, they're all tied to the environment. And conservatives, ironically, don't care about climate change. They don't care that it's happening, or at the very least, they think that humans aren't responsible. I was watching Bo of the Fifth Column recently talking about how the population of 8 billion snow crabs in Alaska has dwindled to 1 billion. Most likely because they all moved to a much colder climate. You're telling me we had nothing to do with that? Yeah, forget about the fact that there are tremendous forest fires everywhere. Forget the fact that there's pollution in the ocean. Forget the fact that ocean temperatures are rising, killing off who knows how many of those poor creatures that are forced to live in the ocean. If you really care about inflation, if you really care about the economy, you need to start caring about the environment. And I know this is quite a bit of a tangent from talking about rising gas prices, but it is relevant. If the president does in fact control gas prices, I guarantee you, Biden would have made gas less than $1. You know why? That would have made his poll numbers go through the roof. Yeah, if the president could control gas, if I was president, gas would be free. But no, that's not how that works. It's sad how so many of you on the right, I don't think you honestly believed that at all. I think you only believed it because it fit your narrative. Look, guys, and I address all you conservatives out there, all you right-wingers out there, and I say this completely honestly, Republicans don't give a shit about you. They don't. If they did, they would have preserved human rights, like a woman's right to seeking an abortion. They would care about rights for LGBTQ plus people. But they don't care about them because they have to have some kind of platform to run on, even if it is completely based on bigoted bullshit. Republicans don't care about climate change. And you can see that in the way that they, don't give a shit about that sort of thing. Because they always try to deflect. They always try to say, oh, well, we didn't cause it. Or, well, we're not harming the environment. Let's just drill, baby, drill. Like that stupid ass Lauren Boebert says. I'm going to say this one more time. And it's a shame that I even had to point this out because if I'm being honest, I don't expect anything I say here to change your minds. There will always be something, always some nagging doubt that will try to keep you in the mindset that you're currently in. And it doesn't matter what facts are on my side. It doesn't matter which evidence is on my side. It doesn't matter the logic I try to use. People will still believe the same bullshit that Fox, Newsmax, OAN, InfoWars taught them to believe. Not because it's true, but because it fits their narrative. Does that mean they're wrong about every single thing? No. But by and large, Fox, Newsmax, OAN, InfoWars, they're not a good source for your news. Someone a couple weeks ago tried using Steven Crowder as a source for trying to prove that the shift in the Republican and Democratic parties of the 60s did not happen. That's the same thing Candace Owens from Fox said. And I'm like, nope, it did happen. But I should probably save that for another video. Because this video has gone on for long enough. So, even if that didn't convince you, this argument, everything I've said is still out there. And if you don't believe me, there's not a whole lot I can do about that. Have a good day, everybody. Bye.